Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today's look is going to be a White Walker inspired look by the Game of Thrones Urban Decay collection. I'm going to be using that palette in eyeliner, a couple lipsticks, and also the highlight palette from that collection. I'll kind of tell you a little bit about my thoughts on each of the products at the end. Let's go ahead and get started. Before we do, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and also comment down below what you'd like to see next. All right, let's get into the video. Okay, so I think we're gonna go ahead and start off with our eyes. I've already put on my foundation, I've set it, I've put my concealer on, done all of that stuff, so I think we're gonna go ahead and go in and do our eyes first, and then we'll finish up the face with the highlight palette. First things first, I am going to take my blending brush and I am going to pop it into this shade called White Walker. Kind of like a bluish pink iridescent shade. So we'll go ahead and pop that all over in that crease, just in windshield wiper motions. Just all over that crease and kind of all over the lid. Really blending it in. And then I'm going to take the shade Frozen North and I am going to tap off the excess. Well, actually I blew it off, but we'll go ahead and go in with that shade. Just kind of right on the outer corner, working our way inward. I don't want to go full in though. I want to keep it kind of on the outer corner just so that it doesn't get too dark in my crease. Really work that and blend that out. These are blending like a dream. I'm gonna go ahead and carry a little bit, whatever's left, down on the bottom lash line, just so that we have kind of that cohesiveness. I'm gonna do the same thing on the opposite side, really focusing on that outer corner and bringing it in just a little at a time. And one thing you can do, I'm gonna kind of flick it out just a little bit, just so that it has that cat eye effect. I'm gonna take another brush and lightly dip it into Take the Black and just really focus on deepening the outer corner. Notice how just adding that little bit of black has deepened that up and really made it more dimensional. The more shades you add, the more dimensional your look is going to take on. And so that's just a little tidbit of advice I would suggest. Good to me. I'm gonna go ahead and just use my finger to apply Free Folk, just right there on the center of the lid. We're gonna really blend that. I find that if you kind of take it and drag it a little bit, it blends out really nicely. I'm gonna go back in with the shade White Walker and just kind of tighten things up a bit. Just run that right over the crease and kind of blend everybody together. And I'm gonna go back in with that Take the Black and just ever so slightly darken it up some more. Really making sure we get that dimension. I'm gonna go ahead and swing that around the lower lash line just a bit. Perfect. I'm gonna go ahead and just add just a little bit more to the center here to really make that pop. And then to complete the whole thing, I'm just gonna take this Hard Home shade and pop it on my inner corner. Really blend things together there. And I'm gonna take it, kind of blow off all the glitters and put it under my brow bone. And one little tip, I just go over kind of everything that I've done, just so that there's no harsh lines or anything. Okay, that looks pretty dang good to me. I'm gonna go in with the shade Night King as far as eyeliners go. That's that deep blue one. And I'm just gonna put that right in the waterline here. I'm gonna throw on some mascara. Okay, so that is the finished eye look right here. I'm gonna go ahead and go on to our next product, which is the Mother of Dragons palette. I am going to try and mix the darkest shade called Regal. I'm gonna try and mix that with my butter bronzer and see if we can't get that to be kind of like a glowy bronzer. So I'm gonna go in first with this butter bronzer and then take just a little bit of that highlight and pop it right on my face. I think that worked quite nicely if I don't say so myself. I am then going to take the Urban Decay 8-Hour Afterglow Blush in the shade Fetish. Pop that right on. And we're just gonna kind of fuse them together by using my brush here. Perfect. I'm then gonna take the shade Viserion and I'm gonna mix it with Drogon here. And we're gonna top our cheekbones with this bad boy. I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of an underwhelming palette. It's not super pigmented, like you're not gonna be beaming to the high heavens if that's what you want. You're probably not gonna get that out of this palette. I do think it has a pretty glow to it though. I'm just gonna take my finger into Drogon here, and this is what I did. I just kind of tapped it on right at that high point and kind of blended through right there. And I find that gave me the best glow. Okay, and lastly, I'm going to take the shade Sansa Stark. As far as all the lipsticks go, I feel like if I tried pairing the Night King lipstick on this, it would just be, it's like a very deep maroon, and I just don't think it would go well together. So I'm gonna go ahead and take Sansa Stark here, and I'm gonna add her on. And then I'm going to layer Cersei Lannister on top, just to give it depth. I'm gonna add just a pinch more blush, just right here on the apple of the cheek. All right, guys, that is it for this look. This is the White Walker look that I came up with. Once again, all I did was use just this top 4, or I guess technically 5 shades right here at the top of the palette to create this look. I think it turned out really fun. It's very pigmented blues, so go lightly if you're like kind of like experimenting with color. I think this is an awesome palette. The one thing I wish there was a little bit more mattes in there instead of all the shimmers and satins, but I think we pulled off a really cool look here. Once again, this is my White Walker look. The highlight palette, I wasn't whelmed and I wasn't overwhelmed, but yet I wasn't underwhelmed. I wish that this showed up a little bit better. But once again, Urban Decay is not really known for their highlights, so there's that. It is a great little travel palette, and it also has the most beautiful packaging I've ever seen. I think we pulled off a good look with it, but definitely it's not gonna make you glow to the high heavens if that's what you want. Overall, I feel like all the products worked really well. The eyeshadows blended out very nicely. They're super pigmented. I like them. I'm gonna go ahead and okay these products. I think they're a great collection piece if you are a Game of Thrones fan, or even if you're not, it just has some cute packaging with it. I will have all their links down below to list all the prices. I think they're only selling them individually, but I will see if the vault is still available, and if it is, I will link it down below. That's it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Please don't forget to subscribe before you leave and leave a comment down below of what you'd like to see next. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.